How to maximize your tax refund in Germany, and what do we have to know about this topic that you don't pay too much taxes in Germany. So welcome back here on GTax. My name is Roland Elias. I'm a German tax advisor, and today we're talking about how to get a tax refund in Germany and how to maximize it so you get your money back from the Finanzamt. So let's just dive into it. So first of all, most people in Germany or most people who move to Germany don't know that they are entitled to get a tax refund. That means that, for example, you're employed to a German corporation, withholds your tax monthly and based on your income. That means they pay, for example, your taxes for you. But they don't consider individual deductions and circumstances or something like this, like do you have children, do you have any disabilities or something like this that they don't deduct. So you can check out, I will do a tax refund, for example, and then you can check out, oh, do I get a money back or not? Over 9 in 10 employees get a refund averaging more than 1,000 euro per year. So it's a very high paid hourly rate. If you say you're with 1 hour for a tax refund, then it's worth about 1,000 euros. So it's very important to do this tax refund. But the next thing is how to file a tax refund in Germany. For example, it's a tax return, it's a tax declaration. So there are many words for this. For example, the easiest way is to use ELSTER. It's the official tax system of the German government. But I have to say this, that these softwares like ELSTER and the online portal is not the best way. It's the easiest way, the cheapest way, but they're not the best way. There are also some English-friendly tax software like Wundertax, TaxFix or Steuern, or for example, you can work with a tax advisor like me, and we can do your tax refund for you. We normally file back the last 4 years that you get a tax refund for around about 2,500 euros to 4,000 euro, and this means a lot of cashback for you. But what expenses can you deduct from your tax return if you say, hey, no, I don't want a tax advisor, I want to do it myself? Then, for example, the classic is the commuting cost. This is the so-called Entfernungspauschale. There you can get 30 cents on a kilometer one way to your work. For example, you have to ride, for example, with bike or with car, about, let's say, 10 kilometers to work. Then you get per day 3 euro, for example, as a deduction. That's the very easy way. But only one way. The work equipment like laptop, office chair, mobile phone or something like this, all you need from your work to be able to do the work, or for your home office or something like this. For example, home office costs or already professional training. If you say, okay, I want to evolve myself and want to be better educated, then you can deduct this from your tax return. Also, some insurance premiums, childcare costs, donations. We already talked about this, but these are the easiest way. So how do you maximize your tax refund? And yes, it's like you have to catch them all. If you want to talk like this, you have to save all the receipts, all the bills, all the invoices, all the documents throughout the year. And years ago, I said, hey, get a box for shoes, something like this. Put all your papers in there, and at the end of the year, you give it to the tax advisor. This is the old-fashioned way, but the digital way is the more easy way. You, for example, have like myself an iPhone, for example, and use, for example, Google Drive or Microsoft Office or something like this. And there you have a cloud storage, and there you save all your, for example, expenses, documents, something like this. And at the end of the year, one time you get there and say, okay, can I deduct it? Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And this is the easiest way. Don't forget also small expenses, because like postage, workbooks or something like this, if you're, for example, literature, if you say, hey, I want to educate myself, then keep it up in the deductions, and then you don't have a problem. For example, Most employers have the so-called employer's lump sum, which is 1,230 euros, which will be already given to you. But what you have to do after filing the tax refund, it's always the same procedure, like it's every year the same. For example, the refunds typically arrive within 8 to 12 weeks. That means 4 weeks for the so-called tax assessment notice. It's called in Germany Bescheid, and then the money will be faster at your bank account. For example, if the tax office, the local tax office, wants some more information, they will write you a letter and say, hey, we just need, for example, the invoice for this book or for your AirPods you used in the tax deductions. Then you send it to them, and then they say, okay, thank you. And then you get your tax assessment notice. So do you have any further questions on this? Then keep it up in the comments below. I wish you a very good start in the new week.